ensure that Michigan's new redistricting process just doesn't stop at the ballot proposal, where more than 61% of Michigan voters made an intentional and deliberate decision to ensure that voters, not politicians, draw the maps. Thank you so much. Coming next is Rebeka Islam, the Executive Director of APIA Votes. And just want to talk about, she's a model example of outreach that is taking place in the Asian American community and partnering with other organizations to ensure that outreach is not limited to Asian Americans, but to the entire state of Michigan. We're so excited to have this fireball right here. Don't let the smile fool you. She will get in your face and say, hey, it's time for you to participate in democracy, not just talk about it. Without further ado, let's welcome Rebeka Islam.
Thank you, Edward. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure and honor to be here. Again, my name is Rebeka Islam, Executive Director of API Vote Michigan. We are an organization that serves the Asian Pacific Islander American community here in Michigan, as Edward mentioned. And we do that through grassroots mobilizations. And the API community, we are part of a fabric of the state, and we've seen that in the last election. We are a significant mass of voting bloc in Michigan, and we need to make sure that we are seen as such and that each of us play a role in redistricting efforts to ensure that we're also benefiting from the programs, the services, the system that our tax dollars are contributing to. As Edward mentioned, we have been doing outreach. API Vote Michigan has been working closely with the commissioners, and we're so grateful and appreciative of Edward. I think has yet to say no to a request that we made for a town hall, knock on wood. We've hosted 9 town halls in the API community to educate and engage the community. As Nancy and Susan mentioned already, community voices and input is so critical in redistricting. If community voices and actual residents of these communities are not at the tables as these maps are being drawn, those residents' concerns will remain invisible. We have been providing these town halls to give community members and communities of interest that one-on-one time with commissioners that they deserve. And again, if actual residents of these communities do not sit at the table and express their needs, those needs will simply not be addressed. And I always say this, government solutions are only effective if communities show up and come to the table and make sure that their concerns are voiced and issues are heard. We've seen community members submitting maps, making comments on the portal after each town hall. We actually have one happening today in Hamtramck, where we'll get a chance to meet, the community will get a chance to meet with the commissioner, ask their questions, engage with them, and see they really want to hear your concerns. The commissioners can only work if communities of interest and community members tell them what are the needs. So our hope is that all of our API community members and communities and everyone will show up and participate in redistricting efforts whenever possible so that we can make sure our government continues to work on behalf of the people that it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rebeka. Appreciate your comments.